This is Rob Tebbutt for Boxing Social. Delighted to be joined here today at BT Tower by Nicola Adams. How are you, Nicola?
I'm really good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Very well. You've always got that famous smile on your face.
I'm always happy. What can I say? You know, double Olympic champion, now going for a title. Hey, I've got a lot to be happy about.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Challenging for the WBO Interim World title on October the 6th. Just tell us a little bit about how preparation's gone.
Our preparation's gone really well. Training hard, really focused, good sparring, good pad work, good coaches. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better camp, really.
Now, you've travelled around a little bit in your professional career. You've now landed back in Sheffield. What was the reasoning for that? What led you back to Yorkshire?
My old coach, Virgil Hunter, was really sick, and a lot of couldn't train any of the boxers anymore at the time. Now he's back and doing really well. So that was the reason that prompted me to come back to the UK. I was training for an upcoming fight, and I needed a coach, and back in old Yorkshire.
Is it good to be home after spending time away?
Yeah, it is. It's really good to be back in the UK and getting to spend time with my friends, family, and all the boxers, everybody that I know and grew up with.
Now, obviously, throughout a storied amateur career, double Olympic gold medalist, we'll throw that back in there again because it is quite an achievement. You travelled the world, but travelling as a professional, so basing yourself out there with Virgil Hunter, how beneficial was that to you at this stage of your still fresh professional career?
Oh, it was really beneficial for me, getting to know the different styles, and Virgil Hunter is a really good coach. He's taught me a lot so far. One of the reasons why I chose him as a trainer was because he knows how to take a gold medalist, as he did with Andre Ward, and make him into a pound for pound one of the best boxers in the world. So that was one of the reasons why I went there. So I learned got a huge amount of experience from those guys, especially the boxers that were in the gym at the time, Andre, Berto. You know, there's so I mean, the list goes on. Even now at the Ingle camp, Billy Joe Saunders, Liam Williams. You know, there's so many people with vast amount of experience as a pro, and it's nice to be able to train alongside those guys as well, and learn from them, and you know, the do's and don'ts and what tips I can pick up. You know, anything that can help me further in my career.
Now, you had, as we've alluded to, extensive amateur career. You're amateur for a long time. Now in the professional game, how do you feel that your style is adapted? Has it been an easy transition? Has there been things that you feel you still need to work on?
Oh, there's still a lot that I feel I need to work on. It's a very different transition in the amateurs. It's more about speed and quantity of shots, whereas in the pros it's more accuracy and landing power shots. So at the start that was quite hard to get used to. I was still wanting to throw 10,000 punches around, and they're like, no, just take your time. Focus on the quality. So now I'm starting to get that aspect of the pro side of the boxing now, and I'm starting to settle down, and get underway.
Now, something that I hope he doesn't mind me mentioning on camera, Frank Warren said that you're the first female boxer to sign with an old dinosaur like him. Typical of Frank. What was it that drew you to come and sign for Frank Warren?
I guess it was I knew I was going to get the time and the profile that I needed to advance as a professional fighter, and I know from the past of advice from other boxers that Frank is very good at building up and coming boxers' profiles. So I thought it was the great choice for me, especially because he's got so much experience in the game.
Now, female boxing, I think it's fair to say, is at its highest ever point, enjoying something of a boom lately. How important was that to you to turn professional and kind of try and make the most of that, coming out of the Olympics with a second gold medal as you did? And how important is it to be kind of one of the most prominent figures in female boxing?
Yeah, it was really important for me, especially because I'd already won two gold medals at the Olympic Games. I've won every amateur tournament there was to win, and it was now time for me to find a new career, a new drive, some new motivation, and I wanted to turn professional just like my hero Muhammad Ali, and hopefully go on to win a world title like he did.
Now, I just sat next to you during the media lunch. You didn't eat an awful lot. Obviously, Tebbutt will come in up to your fight on October the 6th. How's preparation been?
Yeah, preparation's been really good. I tried to stay away from the meal that was on on display today for the temptation, because I have my meals delivered by Fitness Food, and so I have my breakfast, lunch and dinner all ready made with the amount of calories that I need to have and the amount of protein and carbs and everything. So I try to stay as close to that as possible for training, immune system boosting, and just making sure that I get everything I need so I can perform well and not fatigue through training.
And one of the things I'm always fascinated to talk about with people who have been amateurs for a long time is kind of the whole concept of weight. When you're an amateur, obviously you're boxing in tournaments, you're boxing very regularly, you have to stay on the weight. In the build-up to a professional fight, it's not quite like that. How is it different, and what can you explain to people about the differences between making weight as an amateur and as a professional?
How many? That was the lunch, wasn't it? Yeah, it's very different from the pros to the amateurs for making weight. In the amateurs, if you say for example the World Championships, you'll probably box 5 or 6 times in the space of 10 days, which means that every time you compete, you'll weigh in and you'll make a weight. So if you're boxing 2 days on the spin, you'll weigh in, make the weight, you'll fight, and then you have to weigh in the next morning and fight again. Whereas in the pros, you only have to make the weight once, and it's done the day before you actually compete. So you have a lot of time to hydrate, refuel. Whereas in the amateurs, you don't get that.
Now, shockingly, you're 35 years of age. I look immeasurably older than you, which is something that people keep telling me a lot lately. With that being said, I mean, where do you see, for a flyweight, whether it's a male flyweight or a female flyweight, tend to sort of have a shorter career span than some of the higher weights? Something that we're seeing with Roman Gonzalez, who's 31, 32, a lot of miles on the clock. With that being said, at 35, are you looking to push forward? I mean, what's going to be the kind of the speed of progression with you at this stage of your career?
Yeah, well, I'm already going for the world title. I guess once I get that, I'll be pushing on to unify the division. I still feel like I've got a lot left in the tank, or at least enough to achieve the goals that I want to achieve before I retire.
Okay, and just lastly, you mentioned Muhammad Ali. Who of the current crop of fighters do you look at and sort of admire?
Has to be Lomachenko. He's unbelievable skill. It's fast, fluid, and its technical ability is unreal. I mean, there's what's not to like about Lomachenko. I can't really think of anything really. Boxing-wise, he's superb.
My second favourite Olympic double gold medalist after you. Nicola Adams, thanks very much for speaking to Boxing Social. Looking forward to seeing you in action on October the 6th. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.